Good day, kids! Welcome to another day of learning. I am Teacher Romel, your English teacher. Our learning competency is compare and contrast information heard. But before we proceed to our new lesson, let's have a review of what we discussed yesterday. We have a direction, complete the graphic organizer below. So the question is, what are the types of connection? They are text-to-self connection, text-to-text connection, and the last one is text-to-world connections. Good job! Our lesson for today is all about comparison and contrast of information. We heard and read a lot of information on the news, from the TV, radio, newspaper, on many social media channels and pages. Authors and broadcast writers often compare and contrast two things in their writing. To compare is to show how two things are alike. When authors compare, they often use signal words such as like, same, both, also, too, in the same way, or similarly. We have an example. Birds and insects both fly around our backyard. The signal word used is both. Very good. To contrast is to show how two things are different. When authors contrast, they often use signal words such as unlike, different, only, but, while, on the other hand, and however. This is an example of a sentence showing contrast. A bird has 2 legs, but an insect has 6. The signal word used is but. Sometimes, a single sentence can compare and contrast 2 or more things. Just like our example, birds and insects are both animals, but only birds are vertebrates. The first underlined group of words is an example of comparison, while the second underlined group of words is an example of a contrast. For our activity number 1, we have our direction. Tell whether each sentence is comparing two things, contrasting two things, or both. Write the word compare, contrast, or both on the space provided. Number 1. The capital city of Philippines is Manila, while the capital city of Japan is Tokyo. What do you think is the answer for number 1 question? Correct. It shows contrast. Number 2. Santan and rose are both flowers. Good job! That sentence shows comparison. Number 3. Salmon and whales are both sea creatures. Salmon were classified as fish, while whales were classified as mammals. Good job! The answer is both. Number 4. Unlike Carlo, Felix completes his homework every day. Very good. That sentence shows contrast. We need to remember that to compare is to show how two things are alike. When author compare, they often use signal words such as like, same, both, also, too, in the same way, or similarly. To contrast is to show how two things are different. When authors contrast, they often use signal words such as unlike, different, only, but, while, on the other hand, and however. Sometimes, a single sentence can compare and contrast two or more things. And for our last activity, listen as your teacher reads aloud the two paragraphs about animals. Then compare and contrast them by choosing the letter of your correct answer. The zoo. The zoo is the place where there are lots of different types of animals. The zoo has lions, monkeys, and bears. It also has birds, lizards, and snakes. At the zoo, you can see animals from around the world. You can touch the animals at the zoo since they are too dangerous to be close to. Zoos are a great place to learn about animals. The farm. A farm is a place where there are animals and people grow food in the ground. The farm has horses, pigs, chickens, and cows living on it. The farmer will milk the cow to get milk. The farmer will also get eggs from the chickens. There are lots of animals on the farm. A farm also grows food such as corn and wheat. The first question, based on the two paragraphs, what do the zoo and the farm have in common? A. They both have farmers living on them. B. They both have lots of animals. C. They both provide food. Or letter D. They both have monkeys and lions. Good job! The correct answer is letter B. They both have lots of animals. The second question, based on two paragraphs, what is different between the zoo and the farm? A. They have different types of animals living on them. B. They have lots of animals. C. The farm is a long way away from the zoo. Or letter D. The zoo is a dangerous place because of the animals. Very good. The correct answer is letter A. They have different types of animals living on them. That's all for today. I hope you learned something new. Goodbye!